Have you ever noticed that things are gradually falling into place in your life, and then some people try to lure you back into old habits? Sometimes it's not malicious, sometimes it is. I got tired of letting myself be led down paths that weren't good for me, but I managed to overcome feelings and situations that only held me back. If you want to know how we can change our lives for the better, watch until the end, subscribe, like, and share this video. The truth is, when we start to improve, it seems like the world starts to test us. You start to get organized. Stop chasing after those who never valued you. Start sleeping better, eating better, thinking differently. And suddenly, out of nowhere, messages appear, temptations, old invitations, friendships that disappeared and now return with that familiar message. People who weren't there when you were at your lowest point, but who appear precisely now as you're trying to climb out of the hole. And this is no coincidence. This happens to almost everyone who decides to change. It's as if the universe is saying, have you really changed, or is it just lip service? And then comes the test. The ex who let you down shows up. The friend who only asked you out for drinks starts calling again. The habit you swore to break shows up stronger than ever. And if you're not careful, you might think this is a sign of longing, of reconciliation. But often, it's just the past trying to pull you back into the hole you fought so hard to escape. Some people will tell you that you're different, that you're not the same anymore, that they miss the old you. But don't be fooled. Often these words aren't about missing you. They're about missing your failure, your confusion, your too much free time to solve other people's problems. The old you was easier to control. You were needier, more anxious, more available for everything. Now the new you has goals. There's more silence, more peace. And this bothers those who only feel good seeing you in trouble. Not everyone will root for your evolution. There are people who were only around because you were weak. When you become strong, they move away. Or worse, it tries to pull you back to where you were fragile. And do you know why this happens? Because growing up is uncomfortable. Because when you improve, you change your energy. And your energy begins to attract new opportunities, new paths, new purposes. And those who are comfortable with their previous selves feel threatened by this new light you carry. But listen to what I'm going to tell you now. Don't go back to what hurt you just because you're missing something. Sometimes what you miss isn't the person or the situation. It's the feeling of being accompanied, the comfort of a routine. But that doesn't mean it was good for you. There are times in life when solitude is healing. That silence is the best advice. And that distance from certain people is exactly what you need to keep growing. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your journey is yours. Your processes, your pains, your victories, only you know. And so, only you can decide which path to follow. So when you feel like you're progressing, but the world is trying to pull you back, breathe. Remember what made you start. Remember the pain you went through. Remember the sleepless nights, the hidden tears, the feeling of emptiness. Remember that it's not worth throwing everything away for a relapse, because sometimes a small relapse leads to a giant fall. Appreciate your progress. Just because you haven't gotten where you want to be, doesn't mean you haven't moved forward. Just by being aware, just by being here listening to this, you're already light years ahead of where you were before. And even if it seems difficult, even if it seems lonely, keep going. Stay firmly on the right path. Distractions will pass, temptations will disappear, and you will become so strong, so centered, that nothing will shake you anymore. Believe me, the more light you carry, the more shadows try to extinguish you. But those who have faith, focus, and strength will see it through. Don't forget, God will always be proud of the person you're becoming. So don't go back to people and places that only hurt you. Don't do that. You don't deserve it. Stay strong. The consequences will be wonderful. Leave a comment. I trust I can do it. Stay with God.